Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Nate Need.
Hello again, welcome to another episode of the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. We are glad that you're listening. We do a lot of talking about SEO on this podcast, and it's good to know that at least some of our listeners are out there, and we'd like to know your commentary on the things that we're discussing here. And today I'd like to talk a little bit about weighing the time value of your link building campaigns and the cost. So time is money, and when it comes to whether you're a brand new startup or a large enterprise looking to grow your online authority and exposure, time is of the essence, and the more time that it takes, the more lost revenue that you'll have. So there's a weight that you'll have to put on how much time is worth the effort. And for a lot of new startups and people who might be doing SEO in-house and doing their outreach campaigns in-house, there's a disconnect between actually, spending a ton of time doing that. If you have the resources to have an entire in-house SEO team doing all the work and the outreach campaigns for you, that's great. But how much time are you spending on your search engine optimization, particularly your offsite search engine optimization and your outreach campaigns? And there's ample evidence that because it does take the amount of time that it takes, that in some cases it may be worth it to just kind of slowly drip. But while you slowly drip, your competitors are doing and can be likely doing a lot more work to build up their backlink profiles, and you'll kind of be in this constant state of playing catch up. And this is the struggle nowadays, with especially on the newer side of new business. So if you're a local company looking to get online exposure, it's obviously a little bit easier to get local link citations and show up on Google local search. But if you're a new startup that says, hey, the entire world is my oyster, and I want to bring in as many clients as I can nationwide, internationally, and you want to rank for terms internationally, well, that's a totally different ball of wax, because you're going to run up against competitors who have, one, a much larger budgets, and two, have been in the market so much longer than you that they likely already have backlink profiles and domain authority that would far supersede what you could even afford to do. So you'll have to weigh that. And then secondary to that is, if you do have at least a moderate budget and you're kind of in a niche that you feel like you could play catch up, how quickly are you able to scale your internal efforts when it comes to things like guest blogging outreach and building links, doing the link building outreach that is required to really scale up your domain authority and the links pointing back to your site. So those are all items that you need to weigh. And obviously the suggestion is, and this is a crazy self-promotion podcast here, is that you should outsource some of that, whether it's, and maybe not all of it, continue to do some of your work, but put a small budget, if nothing more, toward having an outside group or an internal team do the outreach for you and get some of the placements that would really help move the needle for your website SEO. As a result, you'll likely see a much quicker uptick in the total number of links, in the actual leads that you're getting, and your overall exposure online. So that's my 2 cents for the day. We appreciate you being here on the podcast with us. Hope to see you again soon. Let us know what you'd like us to discuss further on the podcast. We're always looking for new ideas of new topics that we can discuss here. Thanks again. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.